of this gospel was delivered by the sole spiritual and pure and ever leader OLUMBA Obu on Tuesday morning, 10th of September 1996, at the world headquarters at Brotherhood of the Cross and Star number 34 Amber Street, Cala. The following texts are used to summarize the sermon. Thank you, Holy Father.
Chapter 1, verse 28 and 29. Apa kampanye juga walui boleh seru bedang. Fahmi kau si cai dah. Kini kami kau defi di uriando. Kuswade utiaka kambai tie. Mbak lusuk. Emai kau ke okonda kanfi. Jadi kau fi yenya. Adi swade fi tie. Ono wemi itie amen ke obonji
Utiano ben panyo to me ken wen gonro Ibe sere wa fa ka se freke Enyere se ke ye kireke E ku sire se ki pompo E di eswari dem E ru sa ayem bon so dem E ku no mi dem fe ife oka amen ke yo obonji
Ini yang konjen, itu mereka panggil koran, kita sesuai, hasil bicara das mereka suka. Alasan yang mereka pakai mereka suara je, yang pakai mereka kendek, yang pakai mereka, mana yang pakai mereka wariku, mbak tu bapa kiri di bulan kisolas, nampak Allah
Our first Bible lesson is taken from St. Luke Gospel, chapter 14, verse 8. When thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, lest a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him, in the name of Lord Jesus Christ.
The second Bible lesson comes from Romans 12, verse 14, verse 16. Be of the same mind one towards another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceit. Please, our Lord Jesus Christ.
And our golden text is taken from 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 28 and 29. And vain things of the world, and things which are despised, has God chosen. Yea, things which are not, to bring to naught things which that are, that no flesh should glory in his presence, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Hallelujah. 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 Three happy cheers. Give my yoke. Como vai o colégio, vai tomar nisso. E quero que eu olhe lá muito sang, a minha mãe lá fez sang essa mão. Eu vi que uma brother, ele me comprou, me uma brother, me suave, vi rube, boreti. Ele uma brother foi minha, não corri como é que tem mesmo. Se eu me ligar,
Brother, I believe the gospel of today is almost clear to all of you, because before now, whenever the lesson is spotted out, you begin to ponder and you go researching, though I may not know what that research will take you up to. You have remained in the kingdom for some years and you have made some claims and declaration that you belong to the kingdom, you ever wish to be here. But then your knowledge has not ascended up to what we have to reveal to you today. This is what we have for you this morning.
We put it right there. Young them for. My young them for. You're young up for. They can move young up to them.
Always you are told to know yourself first, that you would be able to know all things. Failure to do this, how do you think it will be possible for you to recognize other things?
I'm out of Nika English. It's been Swahili. Swahili, baby. Swaba. Swata. Swana. Swaget. But I know what you're going to say.
You have sojourned in the world for years, counting from 20, 30, 40 or more years. Among all of you, who is able to know himself?
Afuru Yawasi. Nitoga wasi nyuwelienya. Asanga yenye kuputonga kitutu keritonga. Amori omanye.
You are with God always right from your youth. You remain with him and you ensued from him. Do you know him?
Dim. Ile kwenye mizionga kwenye. Sidu fon. Kwenye mizionga. Zifoni.
What therefore is our benefit? What benefit do you derive if we remain for some years, like right from our youth, throughout a lifetime with God, and yet we are not able to know him?
Ukop sa iting na imprema. Ukop sa iting comprend. Yata kambay ko.
Brethren, the statement, the advice, the injunctions of this day is great indeed.
Ede wo ma kofi soro ndo. Ebe mo po ite tutu po tre ka ketie ku ka huje ka kambaki. Ki iso ka taus ore. So
here you are advised that when thou art bidden of any man's wedding, sit not down in the highest position. You may find some seats being spreaded there. Do not desire to sit on the highest position.
go through one. Break a fuck. Kaku cheka kambachi. Cheka patira kata so.
Throughout your life, throughout your endeavors, whatever you may desire to do, whenever you are bidden to any gathering or any association, do not desire to take a position on the highest room.
But I knew Kutuni Kurikoro.
Let us therefore ponder over this issue. Who amongst us have the ears of hearing these words and giving premium to it as being important?
I feel how long young in a Christmas long ball. Christmas looking for Kanban. Christmas for bring can for me. Oh, me that gave a one for me.
Brethren, you are once again advised not to mind about the higher things, but to condescend yourself to the man of low estate. Low things, smaller things, is what you should always consider for yourself.
Mama Godem Bow Godem Ntio Mama Yaran Bow Amen Bishop Namo fangel bring to one bring a woman with the outcast.
Again, if you want to make a partner, if you want to have a company, do not keep company with the men of exalted position, high position in life, the prudence, the riches, the props of the world. Always condescend yourself to the outcasts, the low ones, those who are rejected.
Anya mukara basedi mio. Itegi la mukara megeri mio. Na yo woro fere induro. Mi woro ka fi bo. Ko ma lo ida mi e lo bre. Iba yero wo je megege yero ni ka isam. Yenum tamabek. Again na kamba fo. Asina ba ma yesim go sa nyeri kareko ba ya ne kan ko e ma yima zodi inyebe ya janam boro bo ma yifyok an mo no yifyok anyo yin so ba an kom.
Brethren, our discussion this morning centers solely on the importance. We are directing and capitalizing on the reign of God, the rulership of God, the theocratic government, which we are now. We can reflect then to a certain man who wanted to sojourn on a certain journey to a place. He allowed long beards and he put on very gorgeous apparel, and he wanted to be known. But then when he reached the gathering, he was not known, he was not considered, nobody saw him. That has also given him some ideas, some knowledge, maybe, if he had chosen to follow that. Then to you, what lesson do you derive from there?
I tell you, cleanliness is next to godliness. Now lie. And so, Kiko be done. Okay, so.
Brother, what we are receiving now is, again, in variance with the saying of the people, the expression that cleanliness is next to godliness. The word now refutes that statement outright, and I believe that statement too is false.
I can't work with you. I'm tired of you. I could have knew ya. What I say, could have knew ya. And here could buy a kite on the wood. Who's somebody over? Here could buy a kite, young boy. Couldn't. Who am a free more. Even Muslim water for free. I'm going to get them then more. You mean I'm them, Yerbo. You mean I'm them, Yerbo. You could, you know, book, what? Can you say? And a crash and I'm my young. I give them bomb or blow it. I saw the wood. I didn't know that he, yes,
But then that was the misconstruement of the people of the world, particularly in those days. That was the reason when they invited Lord Jesus Christ to a feast. They expected that as the custom of the area of the people, you must wash your hand purely clean before putting your hands into any dish. And eventually, when he disappointed that faith, that belief of the people, they began to abuse him. Why should it be so? That is what is also transpiring within the enclavement of the Muslim world and even the Christendom. You find the people putting water in place and expect that before any person dishes, he must wash his hand.
I will go and come over Abasi. I will crash me boss nago.
Muku for you, Mukunta, and my way, and I suck. The young for Muku, it's actually you look.
That was the reason the people of the old cited to our Lord Jesus Christ the big cathedrals, the towers, and the temples. And he was laughing at them, telling them that in earnest I'm telling you, no stone shall be left unturned on top of all this. All this shall be completely demolished.
And young June. Young lady, you fuck here. To my back. You got to cut back to my bread. Oh, you need you. If you're over. Oh, back. Baba. Yeah, you get to say, Kirk, I'll be like a move from Guyana. I'll go him back. I was a football. I go out the mirror.
That's the reason, brethren, if you will now take a trip to the Western world, the states in America, you find them erecting buildings, mansions, skyscrapers, towers, skyrocketing upstairs, up to the highest place points. And then you assume those are most beautifully built cities. But then should you venture into going there, or you attempt to carry your trash house into such cities, you would be ridiculed and laughed to scorn.
Even say I came up here, you can go for free. You got to go from Kenya. You got to get our good. The way when I can go for free, but I'm making an official, you need to go to over. Guarana kuku yidu mai bo tutumbrani yumi nampo te ogo ege mite namde fana namde gire orja uto ko me biade amin fi okawa ibaro ina go ya man yiri yonde nten yang kushiri yang ya mo nam sen mo yumi nam. That's the thing. I'm better. Even say, a day from me, one can meet a chance. I never can you.
Brethren, you may go to a place you expect the place to be beautifully built, with nice building, and eventually you go and find thatch houses, just some dilapidated building, and you would begin to look down on such a place. And even if the person, the owner of such structures may appear, you may decide to put them off because you don't consider those to be something beautiful. That's the reason every person now are trying to exalt themselves. You find yourself at the highest top. Even look at the altar, the way the sisters are making it, adoring it, even the amount expended for this. I had even wanted to stop them. But since I have to allow such wills to manifest, that's the reason. If you go to any place that looks bushy, nobody would like to dwell there.
Miram kiram brother hurem. Oye ke liye kwaya. Me for me samake. Are you not praise? No good. It's okay now. You brotherhood. After you go brotherhood, what's in a Franco? American go, snap my Franco. Sultan for Nya. Grow. I'm okay. Can you say, you need your woman? Million indoor, me kill them brother. Million say you go. Lam go, you go cathedral. Oh, cathedral. Focus it. Million Grawika.
Brethren, that is the reason I'm being that people are now marching towards much exposition of, are trying to expose themselves on top of what should not be so. Because like here in the kingdom, if at all the choirs are having a normal competition, any choir that appears dirty, no prize award will be given to them. Without very clean whites, you wouldn't receive your prize. And even if you come here into the kingdom and meet brethren here, and you find yourself putting in the mufti, not marching with the usual whites here, you would be disdained, completely discarded, nobody would consider you. And then you find that every person are marching towards this aim of having to put themselves in pure and make sure that you are clean. But this is out of the teachings of the kingdom.
Idan David said to them, you know, and my papa, me, he got to tell me, get right, and I sit down. You know, go cannot back up. Air of Mempo, you look it on, and I'm soon follow. I'll talk for Arakan, one follow. And you know.
But even here in the kingdom, you find that it may come on Saturday when we may be having the normal appreciation, and you find tables arranged. There are some high tables that would be created by members here, and some galas would be prepared for some members, some pins with an upper rank and named sequentially. Brethren, where do you derive this teaching, this education? Who has taught you?
Go through them for a year about it. I know about them. The big car, you quit you. A caro. I got any long fun. I never know find a young woman. I never know find you find a missman. It's a lawyer you find me. Doctor already found me. I mean, to me, marry your a year and I can be yet. Marry no work at me to go home. Bomb or some do. India is so. Dia okro ila ofonga se ayi ngese kese inko ila me ki bebe intention de mi bukro ko ni no ko ni pura o bodo kan ko na me ka ni ko ntre itie eso so bi de menti non ju itie more guys that you know everyone man can no, what I said that young man, I feel with it.
Brethren, you are then advised that even when you are invited for a feast or wedding, you must not take your position in the lower, higher place. Rather, you find yourself in a lower estate. I find that people are not working towards this objective. What you are doing even here in the kingdom, you always like to shuttle yourself to highest rank. You could not want to have your accomplishments as being a person of lower estate. You feel at all times as a young boy, you must be associated with a very beautiful girl, and vice versa. You find that all your ranks should match always with people of your category. Who amongst you, who among the earth dwellers would like to keep partner, keep company with the people of the lower estate, with a poor person? If you are poor, you would be completely shooted out of the ring. You wouldn't be considered. Nobody would like to have any association with you. This is what is prevalent here in the world.
Iran in the Sunday. Of having always like a Sunday. Ntene aka taku so ai ku song right ai ke kemana bupun pome ina me tongori ba ko tongori ku polish ne se nagai na me mpura me ke yumi kan ko como ba ai ko nje kwa ina mo ba rin jense ma to bu kwa sanga bu song lo mi even se va ina wo mi munya ko fa fu ka ga deri ka nga something ni ka ga nga si da ka na fu fu ena ba ndi ane pakin poro aga ni komandi yonso.
But then, like on the Sunday when the normal service begins in churches, you find people having prepared the regalia in a very gorgeous way, a very spontaneous way. You make sure that you are properly dressed. You clean it properly, you wash it, iron it, present. Every proper arrangement should be kept for yourself on that Sunday, and your shoes would be in order, your earrings, your finger rings, everything you keep yourself properly well so that you may be seen. And you find yourself marching into the church. You claim you are going to worship God. You are going to the church. All these you are doing. Try going to the church with all these feats, all the pompous dressing. Whom are you going to visit? Whom are you going to bow down unto? Who is your friend, even in the church you are going?
I was in class all the way to care. Oh, you want to say, ten, passive mustard.
That's the reason the Lord Jesus Christ has said that the kingdom of God is likened to a mustard seed. This is what is happening.
You can even take care of passive mustard. About more comment there, who sent you all for a man, passive mustard with me. Do young Yoga Gilly and a man or romance for you about. I ignored the whole eminent, the same man, but every one. Okay, Mugu Sabas, Mukun Tabasi Tirilu, Mugu Ago Abasi. Bonina Baba will say, you make green for either way. People will you before you don't go. A boy in a moral occasion from you, my gambanko. You bought me bunk, a baby be a meat bunk, you are. I can measure anymore. I can't even find a million camp will make us on them. And I'm little there. It's okay, you remember me.
Brethren, I don't know whether you have come across a mustard seed ever in your life, but thanks be to God, once a brother presented it to the Father and I saw it. I don't know whether that thing is still growing, but you find that what is taking dominion, what is enclaving you, putting you out of into pocket now, is this exaltation, life exuberance attitude of yours. You want to be of a higher caliber. You want to have a partner of a higher rank. You don't want to associate with the people of lower estate. Even when a little child touched down his head here on the ground today, without that thing being important, being great, he wouldn't accept it. He would want to associate his or herself with people of higher rank, higher caliber. All your attempts, all your decisions, all your desires, do with any friend you want to choose, it must be people of high exaltation. Brethren, all these we are doing. In what way are we doing this? Which teaching are we deriving? What are we trying to do?
Mogun time around the Broadway for us to move when. Yes, I can move for when. Move for now. And yes, no, you don't go to but I was with your man, you grace and great people who have gone for us, I came in backward. That's Sophie. I got to you again.
But that's the correcting. Listen to me, I'm done. Obi wọ́n wá sí díkẹ́ bàbá pọ̀lú pẹ̀lú náà. Wọ́n sábà sí lè mẹ́. Ẹni bá mi yẹ kẹ́kẹ́ fún àmọ́. Kò sàn dáadáa. Kò dàn kò dáadáa. Mi yẹ mọ̀. Àyè yà ń fúkọ̀ yìí àwọn máa ń yàn wọ́. Mi kẹ́ni ẹni kàn án mi sí o. Ẹni mo wẹ́ wọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ kọ́. Má gbàmbá yẹ mbàbá rẹ̀ ń pọ̀rọ̀ kúkúrú rẹ̀. Abbiamo performato la gaita con un facco non calcio bukuru o tempo io da tempo mo che vai mo ndine ndame lo nya fo aramu nyore ala ke ngo e wo keredi ako shodi ko ki da ma setem o yo mo bon poi ne o me sama da ke yóò mú wọn bá sí mukuni mukuni náà ń wé náà lé sáyé sẹ́mi dé ìdáàbò kọ́ ẹ̀rí dàbà sí ọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀ àyẹ̀rí ń fara nìyẹn dé tuntun fúnra mi dé mo fún mi rògbò náà mi báwọn nyàmí tí o lò ilé yẹn máa ń dé bọ̀ ndí ẹ̀rí náà mi yìí sí tiẹ̀ ẹ̀rí ń jà ká bá wò pé ló máa nù. Midnight you can come make a effort. I've opened night. You follow. And I'm going to focus. Take care. Ukarabasi. Christ amado. Kini animbet. Écoute Christ. Bien, Maurice, vous savez, Thomas, avant même que vous preniez midi Thomas. Thomas, c'est quel ouais? Moi, il est que il m'y croit en mieux. Il était. Il va où? Moi, nous sommes fait un homme, et il y a taille pour tout le temps. Il va ok. Il c'est meilleur. Otherwise, il m'a dit que quelqu'un. Vous tu mettre un petit micro, à dire quoi, pas de mon copie, à la fille. Ou bien, mais là, il y a ce métier. Au fond, vous ayé tó mi láti sàmì lóru mi ní tọmọsọ náà ń pẹ ń pọ kẹyìn ẹsẹ tó rí kó ń pọ kẹyìn náà nyẹrí omi wọn mu ẹsẹ tó wọn wọ ẹdí ẹnu wọn wọ yóò ní kó ń pọ kẹyìn ànyẹ yọrọ ọwọ bí wọn mara sẹmu lè nyẹrí fúnra mi mọbìlì kọrọ njọ mi kó ń pọ kẹyìn bí mo yìí lórí ti lẹsìn. Classe est overflow, no woman, we can book a million Africa. You go on the Yumka. You come in this way.
Then the contents of this kingdom does not so much centers on one thing before believing. We only believe in our Lord Jesus Christ's statements that blessed unto he that believes without seeing. And it is more blessed unto you to believe on a thing that you do not see. But you, when you continue to claim that you must see that I am a Thomas, I could not easily take you by your words. I do not believe whatever statement you are making to me unless I see that thing manifesting physically to my eye. I will believe. Then there avails you no good. Because you should Jesus Christ resurrected from death, and same statement was related to our brother Thomas. He doubted. He argued strictly that he would never believe until he would dip his hands into the riven side, he would see those wounds, the injurious side of the nails. Brethren, with that, when our Lord Jesus Christ appeared to him, he started believing. That's the reason I am telling you that your belief should not hang on seeing anything before believing. And the reason most of the people in the world are regarding us in brotherhood as being the poorest people, regarding brotherhood as being the home of the poor, and they feel you do not have anything. Even in the American states, if you appear there, walk there barefooted, any person in there seeing you would rush down to you with a shoe. He would plead with you to collect and put on the shoe, just because he feels you cannot afford it. That is what is prevailing in the minds of the people in the entire world. Even amidst all of you staying here, you would not like to do things, you would not like to accept things the way you are seeing. You want to see things before you accept it. But I am telling you that the kingdom we are, you must believe in a thing. You must always try to center your mind on the thing that you do not see before you believe. Apart from that, brethren, any person that wants the salvation of God must believe in a thing that he does not see.
Over taken WTC. Anam Iban Kaido. Era SCD Iban Sikada. Buku Iban Sikada. Anam WTC MD. One Bakati no brother. Ya Tomara Kenny. One million Mrs. Ntemtem. William Garapuko Willie. Only Mrs. Bomb. And yeah, only the Mrs. Look, it's so my tough one. Going on. Ele Mokudundi. I'm not on the same contemporary. Who promote Mrs. Ntemtem. Buku mara kaya orang tekem mailot ke, mailot kan? Ayo apa kau? Mailot apa?
Brethren, a certain school, a certain institutions in America. Adenugu place, brother Adenugu, and the school was named WTC, and it was a girls' school. It happened that the head of that institution started making some postulations that all the women, the students of that school must be the couples under a man. And then some of the women were confronted with this embarrassing statement because most of them were not coupled. They began to think of the way they would take in order to salvage themselves out of that situation. When his mind came into them, they started designating their names onto a man. One of them would appear, I am Mrs. So. Because the head of the institution needed all the women to be under a man, they designated their names accordingly onto men, and all of them became Mrs. Was it possible then afterwards for the woman for the head of the department, or head of that school, to trace who among these women were single person?
In unity, in Chelmi Paka Nigeria, you may at the William Kaya, you are in need of that. Get it? I like I can't cook Mrs. Ntemtem. I don't know what the other man has to keep that. She said, well, you get the work. And at the same time, one of the Yanaka. Babu Shop. See the army. I for you, Nika. I could feel. I go for a I think for us. What's your position? You are a woman. You are waiting. You need class, but you need class. You need Yara. even a wolf, I come out to take a long frame before us. At the year elder. Muko elder, I think the elder cap or something. He also saw limited. Because what is your rank? And here is the matter. Mommy, like your business, do it. I'm a good business name here. As a number, telephone number, and I make us a be told. Yes, it is your identity. My young boy, my could enough to be enough. Choke, my big man. You are echoing. I see. Nobody from us in Katia. Razivia can look at me. Yes, what can I say among me? Yes, I'm ferry. People want to go there, them more young people. They mean to you, Yemendi, you pong, a young who carry Jimmy, your own makers.
Brethren, all the wise men of this world, the prudents, those who claim to be the juries of this world, so long as we are stepping into the government of God, most of you would go back empty-handed. A lot of the people would cry and lament, and they would take to their heels and find hidings for themselves, because the government of God wouldn't spare any person with dubious character. You find a lot of people going about with some colorful manners and false attributes, false claims unto themselves. Some bad person may begin to be a 419 almost throughout his life. He would possess some accredited business certificate, business name, false business name, false ID cards, false complimentary cards, and would attribute everything about his business bunked there in the card. And he will appear to you and present same to you and tell you, oh, I am a businessman, I am a merchant, I have gone higher in business status, and then you would give him a place, consider him to be very important personality. That's the reason we are telling you, in the government of God, whenever we step to the theocracy, the government of God himself, such would no more be condoned. But then it is what is happening in the world now. Even in this country, Nigeria, there was a time that a certain school was established, and all the women admitted into that school were notably to be of the married or coupled status. And when the women looked around to see that the desire, the curiosity for them to be the student of that school was there, but the admission condition could not permit them, they decided now to designate their names unto men, and one man may marry up to 300 wives, and you find that looking around, he has no wife. That is what is going on here. If you come here, you would desire to be a false or deceitful person forever. Everywhere you find people telling lies, nobody would keep to the truthfulness. But in the government of God, all these things are not going to be condoned.
Government a successful candidate. Anyone I'm the panico. I didn't do statistics. Why you don't go on well? Hey, say you make graduate professors. Academic people. If your coffee would do it. If your coffee would do it. Thanks, good shallow. But woman, I'm to me, I'm good success of candidate, and I'm then for it and go start saying, Mommy, chocolate, I didn't get panic. My little mama got like a doctorate degree. To me. And I was so young to you know, shake it up. Yeah, doctor, teacher, yeah, professor, and people. But when you can say, you're down. And I'm the anyesi na basete kenye yom gani ya fiore imburemi ukazi yom ki fiore imbu anya fiore fiore nya mbunta ni kama nya na kwere imbure nya senye ukazi riri kazi okuwalo idwasi mmogo enye mbometiti ko akaire mposo azanga ko sungira musika ke trouser o pakake awi mane komta fie no wili komta ala fin ta tauna non na mi ko nyi mutumo egbe yu fa fo yo egbe afonye no bi nto bi tem bu fa ora fonye na bi ama isa mo ko ni ko mene pro fonso mare no en ke komta ti Yes, but when you get like a cup of cake, you know, I'm out of it 1 more or 419. And a cup of motor, cup of shoes, about kettle or go, this or no. I mean, I can't put my motor or biang government. Biang kakak, biang government, ada biang bank. Ini kolonnya ini silver. Yes, kita lalu ada biang ni kan. Sorry lah tu, so mah, 419, right? Mau dia apa sih? Mau dia apa sih? Bafu fiok sai yung lagi tingnan mo kung ano yun bawali na wala ko mai ke dai ko yari na nam ti chairman susanja abu na wala temi mera para e ti se ko e fa ri to ko men ko lagi men flawa sen ki ko ba bu problem ini no Ibu wana ayo kan ofio ayo wo elu to wontre ai ma ka na mo ko luntre e ka ke wo e me sin ke pat mo nya ni ta e ni da sigit ke mesri ni ba ande shu mara ni ubu ni mo shu fiara my rotus. Mom, you told me then, I would almost go for. No, I got it. I won't then. I was one and I got you. Jumbo. Even better than I said, me back. I know, no, 1 pound. I've a demand and I told you that. Don't want to forget about it. I said, Nima is an allegation you don't want them. Simple for and you know.
Then what is causing a lot of problem, a lot of embarrassment, confrontation to most of the people here is this tight 419 men of the world. They are creating a lot of embarrassment to the people, and they do not allow the professionals, the real enlightened people to be known. They do not create way for the knowledgeable people to be seen, even in this work field, in the work secular world. These people are creating tightening way, hindering a lot of progress, a lot of open ways for men. You find it beginning in the secular world, in the government services. The men of the more enlightened men of the services, in the services, are even those under elementary 6, under standard 6 probation. They are the enlightened men. They are those who would be able to create files, studies and research, and no more be addicted to the workload. But you find that since the professionals are needed, Some men would like to acquire certificate of higher rank, being certified and accredited professionals. They would jump into any institution, like tertiary institution, may like to pay thousands of money and make sure they acquire certificate and present, so that they could be fixed into any profession and they could be credited as big men, as professionals. And when this is done, you know that they would be creating barrier against the enlightened men, those who were enlightened, who could study the system, the symbols of the government. This is what is also gripping the entire world, because you find that a lot of people, since they feel they are something, you find somebody at 419 would bust into a place, would rent a car, he would borrow money from anywhere, and would dress gorgeously with all regalia and appear so bogus, and with this he can pop into the government and deceive the government and loot government property. He can also get into the bank and loot the government bank and deceive the government, and such a bank could be closed. Even walking on the road, you, a minor person, and not well-to-do, non-recognized person, would not be seen by any class of this class of people. The moment you want to introduce yourself, they would put you off. They would tell you to give way because you are not recognized. Even if you see the women of this world, none of them would like to have association with the people of lower caliber. All they need is these men of high exaltation, men of gorgeous and bogus dressing. They want to see them because when they appear, I think costing 2 naira, they would like to dash out 100 naira and tell you, go and buy it. And whenever you return the balance, they would tell you, just forget about it. Just because they are having a way, creating a way of enticing you, attracting you. Brethren, you have to be aware of all these people, aware of all these things happening now in the world. When you addict yourself to these ways, when you are tuned to all with this deceitful life, when you want to dress bogusly so that you want to be seen, if you want to borrow money and make yourself get into the bank, the government would receive you, community would know you, people would recognize you and place you on high esteem, which is the study you are receiving, which is the teaching. Where are you deriving this teaching from? Brethren, I am beginning this thing in this way so that when I would come on you, I begin to mount on you, I begin to shout on you, you would realize that all these things you are doing, you are a young man, you want to take a girl, you want to go into a girl of higher stature. You say, without that girl, a child of the governor, I cannot have any association there. And to the girls, the themselves too, they would claim, oh, that boy, I do not know him, he's so filthy, he's so dirty. Even the white, even the material you are putting on, a young girl would begin to assess you. Oh, that is the type, not the type I should associate myself with. Brethren, all these things you are doing, I am telling you in essence that in the government of God, all these things are not going to be condoned. And by the way, where are you deriving this statement from? All this 419, all this deceitful life, all this derailing life you are trying to put yourself in to complete this association with God. Where do you derive this statement, these teachings from?
Kini ma bong ni ba ma ya ni ga ba. Eke ke yina se ya ma. Kisu prase ma. Ni bo wo tong e jom fo mi. Ana go la na. Ku pro wo jom fo. Ana siza. Ka patre. Mary, kabo kiri nyene ke. Ndi on kiri no. Kapinta mo me yon kapinta. Esi sunu sunga no wo mo ete mo nyene ke. Manyeni ko yo ko bi so frufri mo. O gudo bi nya kare. Akama. Ndi wo pisiro sabase. Ta o pem kwa na da ni pram. Bafusha kaka bomi to wo mo yo no ma faga ni to ito ki kwai fyo ito ke mai dem to abasi ni ese ku esa banko ni to mare ese ya ko buku mi tiene wore di bishop di popo di Baba ini dah bang kono tu kisah. Sium kemen. kuyoma ba tiendo mote kuyom no kaka na mo fan ya kamba wo the woman lawyer doctor the judge the royal highness awori so ani wori so ofiso yangi bom me wo kuteke ni you your fund in aka.
Brethren, it is advisable beforehand that we give our attentions, we direct our minds, we focus our own state of desire onto God alone. That would give us most benefits, would give us most reward, great gain. You should therefore desist from being inclined to most attractions of the world, being lured onto the pleasures of the world, trying to say, oh, unless that person is of higher caliber, unless he is a learned man, unless he is a doctor, a physician, unless he is His Royal Highness, unless he is a man of higher caliber, apart from which I cannot associate myself from him. Brethren, it is a thing that would cause a lot of misconstruement for you, would cause a lot of embarrassment to your life in the future. It is something that happens in the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, when the people of the world heard that the King of Nations is coming to born, is coming on earth. People started preparing their house, they erected mansions, they make estates, they get themselves properly prepared, and every task were cleared and set proper in preparation to receive him into their domains. But what happened? When all these men of our caliber had made every assertion, every certainty that under most they have prepared themselves, you see, finally what happened? Even Caesar, he prepared everything, he made every preparation in order to receive him into his own house. But look at Mary, the smallest girl. Look at Joseph, a carpenter. What do you think a carpenter would boast of? Of what statue can you classify him, or can you push him into? Finally, our Lord Jesus Christ went into that house, and he was delivered there. There is a thing that is happening now. You should desist your mind, decline your mind from further ascending to higher things, for great things of this world. Always lie low. Condescend yourself to the lowest estate, always.
So you from Kanya, Isaac Palace in
We don't intend to take you much longer. Let the first lesson be reviewed.
Well, we were serving now. Fanako si chaita. In your work of the fee, Eddie Uriando. Usoro tieke, Akamba tie. Magnus Rema Koro worker, Okunda Kanfi. Dien Eddie Korfi, yen. And yet it all theatre. No woman tie. Amen. Jesus.
Our first Bible lesson was taken from St. Luke Gospel chapter 14 verse 8. When thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, lest a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him in the name of Lord Jesus Christ.
The tradition of this kingdom.
But that's the lesson we have in this kingdom.
Ya nam ki som te nam de ke sinam de so ke
that is the tradition of this kingdom.
Mati
It has no entanglement with the world players.
Tao for all. Siete baby sasa baby beta. Ka bire ke kukufi ke ka te tie ke ne ke ku
These constitute the tradition of this kingdom and the teachings we have paramountly here. The principal teachings of this kingdom based on this. It has nothing to do with the things of the world, and that is the reason you are enjoined wherever you are going to. If you are invited for any gathering, for any feast, for anything at all, in anywhere you may go to, always try to take low, lie low. Do not exalt yourself. Do not go into a high position. Always like to choose a low estate for yourself.
I think the disadvantage of the kingdom. And And you're in the whole world today.
But then if I want to tell you about the disadvantages that are embedded in these teachings, this is really very mysterious. It is also what is ruining the entire world today.
Yes, Navasi, was one issue. At the young Kenny guy for a living. Kara. You will not teach your Kusuma Kusuma. Because Serin Brennan Abiana Iran out to Kentan, Mukut Bang, Uyama, Nkison, Kuruntara, Forshek, and then at the before banging of your but I find any deposit. Africa. I came in. Ilan power bang ilay pampun puno na namin ito. Kahit ko knife aja ayam. Dora very spiritual no. Ngayon namin may afo every powder. Ek powder afo siya kaya namin. Ilang mo na niya yung fokal yung fru yun. Anyam mo. Yung mo fen. Yung free kanker ipuli son. Ndo ay wal kay wal bukuru. Bukuru mo la ko betu bukuru bo bukuru ay kaya atam si mani china maya men. Agalo go mate so fokal yung ni ba ko. Ay yung lunte meno. Amaka ngene forget. Na yin for very for aba. Itu move for isi itu ka patre ni amaka fo. Well. Ni na bu na yo wo paniko. Iru wo ma yo we no yavu. If you go, what is your property? It's in yana ke be ni ke mama no mi ke no go and get out. For one I run a motivation. I remember I said, that's right, that's a businessman. Okay. Book business, okay. Yamufana Café, Yanyama Yanyama. Who are the for car functional car? I guess in a city in Tuno, get baron. Over a can do yourself. Amaka ke take can buy you. No memory very good keep boy. Yeah, only cheap launcher. Put me again, go for one again. Abang kau ni kan? Macam ni ada. And I'm cheap launcher. Yeah, from forgetting of the good cheap launcher. Them. That's a funny command already. But first check. But it take a for character, take a corner. I follow no. I say crazy fee, I say good fee. That meaning nam bon, I mean about a couple of 5 years. Go to Pupini, one nam. Same from there. You see that panic. Before you might run. Like you care 419. That's what you move for Cassie. Okay, I get in men at Yanko. Yanka, Ubut. Go you bomb me them. Call a split. Feel like a record good effort. Take us quality. Savas, you know, you change the I saw John said me teacher. I never met him, who took a spirit. Who only the elder, who only the chairman, who only send a camera from, who only send a boy come back, who only over introduce you and go introduce them for no one to take. Teaching the Yamas. Supaya buat kena dan itu, mak kukurin dan basiyum ke buri dem.
Brethren, God does not condone any pride in us. He doesn't also accept or desire any pomposity or arrogance amidst us. And therefore, you should put away all manners of pride, all manners of material inclination, all manners of gorgeous dressing, trying to see that your paraphernalia should be of a higher estate, and then your dressing should be so important. You must be bogusly dressed, and you need a better introduction to be made of you to a partner for business adventure. And you want to be of a higher rank, a higher caliber. Do not consider all these things for yourself. Even gorgeous dressing, do not focus on them. Even very nice shoes, do not focus on them. To be of a rich man's stature, do not also focus on them. God does not condone any of these things at all. Always you must call a spade a spade. Maintain your position. Be satisfied always in what you are, in what you find, wherever you find yourself, in what God has given to you. Because the time you go into any gathering, any function, because you want to be known, you want to be pompous, you want to be of a rich people, a stature, and then you address yourself very gorgeously, or you move to that place. You are given a nice position to sit down. When the times come, you are invited as the chief launcher. And there you go. Behold, there is not even 10 kobo on you. And that's where a disgrace would come to you. Even here, miss you when any function is done here, because you want to claim to be a Christ servant, you want to claim to be a Christ student, you claim to be an elder, you claim to be a chorister, you claim to be of any pure exalted position here, you appear as being so important. And when it comes to a time of donation, you are put to shame because you wouldn't be able to meet the desire, the demand of the people at the moment. That's the reason I'm telling you, brethren, that you should eschew all these absorption completely from you. Do not desire to be an elder, an apostle. Don't always look for a position as a Christ servant, Christ student, or chorister. Always condescend yourself to the lowest estate at all times. Because what is happening in this country is creating a lot of problems to some people. God's way is so different, and no one yet is able to know the way of God. He doesn't want to rule with the misconceptions of the people of the world, because the man of the world would feel he is this or that, and God would not want to take to the dictate of the world. That is the reason, brethren, the knowledge of this world is nothing, and God does not give premium to the knowledge of this world. You find in the knowledge of a man, he may have only 10 naira in the bank, and he wants to do a business transaction with a certain bank. When he approaches the manager, and because of the way he is dressing, he appears to be of a man of a high caliber with motor cars lined up here, nobody would know that he rented all those motor cars, and behold, on him there is no money. But when he, for the business condition that he must open some accounts before amount is allowed for him as a loan, he would make sure at least he would attest to that desire of the bank, that condition of the bank. He opened the account with only 5 naira, and behold, thousands of naira are assigned to him and permitted to him, and that bank would become completely closed. Because such a person was regarded to be of a man of high stature, and that he would never disappoint the bank. This is the way people are doing, that banks are no more operating in the country. You see, most of the financial institutions have lapsed off completely because of this 419 tight attitude of the people. You find a lot of people, if you find a single person, a truthful person, making such approach to the bank, approaching the manager, I want to borrow some money for my business undertaking, that person would not be seen, he would be completely put to shame and discarded, telling him to give way, for such is not demanded. But this man of bogus tracing, whenever nobody knows that all the collateral he is having, the records of collateral in his book are none of the buildings are his. Therefore, you find that he would go to the bank, he presents the list of his collateral when such is demanded, and you find that at the end of it all, when this man is demanded to make refunds of the money he collected from the bank, even he himself is sold out, all the estate he has claimed in the records, all his communities and villages are sold out, he wouldn't miss the deferment of the bank loan he had collected from the bank. You see, this is what is causing problem, what is causing confusion, what is causing a lot of ramblings in the world. Brethren, we should right now flee all this material loss in the name of Lord Jesus Christ.
And I see correct that I'm okay, ebi amami, and don't money double. After a year, I need a money double. I need a okay. Oh, right. Am I more bonnet, if you 1,000 for 2 years. Mom for the arm. I form or any bonnet, you 1,000. Yen, I need a mouth. I need a mouth. Who is a troubleshooter? You have all right, I'm on 20 naira, and you need 980 kebab. Thing is, I can't come evil. I can't. I'm not walking. Afro Biaga, Libya. That's the thing. You are bomb. You meet to go to a kiss of Kabasuyu, see the idea was something. Tari wa own in a forward. And you move for to pay you at the amount 5,000 is another 20,000 and of 20 billions. Get the thing in them in the army. I carry and temper. A dear by the Kuba, Miro, Tara Kuri, Bokison. I'm a good idea. You carry a Satan and a radio. You could be both from the radio, and I know. The other side, oh, Jonka, you don't get yeah. Corporate government who told a young Freddy. You think no, you may need to be down, sit by take up for you. Move it up, make a brother with down. Hello, good. I let you run every nigger brow, also I got my arm. We are here. Huh? No, the choristers. Can I do them? Crusade. Campaign is a go for. You have to go. Move like any of the Carrizo. Oh, you be chairman. You can't move a number of cookery. And then you have to make a good move on our semi. And one who talk. And you were all fair to children. You can know him. Who got a min paying a leading for? And you're the lawyer. And you're the doctor. And you're very intelligent. You will you. Could I be one? And I'm Yakupurin, Ibarated needed about who you be to. Kilo about the second body, whom I was here about Yara Sabati. Kuyao Abasi, Campo. And then Bono. Very silver telling Buddha. And I'm over you mean president, chairman, my president, me take the carry. For honor of 1,000 for voice and get back. I want 20,000 and 100,000. And yet, Makua, no, whether I don't know. Zuka for you mean I'm my bar for fooling. Can I go over and get you? Zuka, you mean now? Ilak bangbo makul nya ka dia dulu. Ya tu. Kino to mani you men poro. Apo te ni nam ko si nam di fon ke. Aka ni yo ko ro ni si. Abro susu ye mo fo. Papa tu ni ko ka si fon ke. Anya na mo ka ra ya fon ko. Ya bu ya yo ka le tu fi. Okay. Din anam yung kutong porong. bara wogote kuyumitie kubibon titie irekisha koro ke nigo bibon abasi nigo bibon alburedin kuyum bibi elder kuyum bibi Christ kuyum bibi Christ together kuyum bibi chairman kuyum secretary kemen paron to here we make a brotherhood.
Brethren, you should no more desire for high positions here in the kingdom. Do not seek to be a chairman of any fellowship here. Do not try to raise your mind up to any high position here in the kingdom. Don't want to be an elder. Don't desire to be an apostle. Don't desire to be a Christ student or Christ servant. Don't always need anything here of your own curious mind, of your own inquisitive mind. Always lie low. Try to condensate your soul yourself to the lowest estate always. Because all these positions you are desiring for, throwing your neck up to, all those things are not obtained here in the kingdom. You may decide in the carnal way, in the political scene in the world, you want to put somebody into any political office, and he makes some declarations. He would give you some remarks, some statement that as soon as he is voted into such power, he would not fail to fulfill them. And behold, because you want him to present some money, and he may go borrowing, go across the board, get money from anywhere possible, can break bounds to know that he gets money and presents them to you. And whenever the money is presented to you, now that you are satisfied, your mind is cooled down, and you would begin to rally around and make sure you canvass for people to vote for him. And behold, he's voted into such office. What do you think he would do first? He has to make sure that he retrieved all the expenses he incurred, so that he would make sure he defrayed the debts, various indebtedness he has collected money from people. And by that time, before coming to you, you would be disappointed, because he may not be able to do anything unto you. That's the reason, brethren, I am telling you that even here in the kingdom, what is going on here is to my best knowledge. I know there is a lot of high rate of politics is going here, particularly in the choir pew. A lot of people are going political in all ways, competition in the choirs, there are politics. People are knocking on people's houses, on people's doors in order to gain favor. And you may feel, I do not know this thing. That is the reason, brethren, I am telling you that at times you may feel or you may claim that you have been waylaid by the highway robbers. Somebody came to you and deceived you, collecting a fat sum of money. And I ask now, to you, whom person may make an approach to you and tells you you needed to borrow 1,000 naira from your friend or from somewhere, and behold, somebody would come to you and tell you, I am quite ready, handy with 1,000 naira. The only thing I do is, you must bring out 998 naira. I would make sure I would bring out 20 naira only. Maybe I would bring out 998 naira for you. I balance 1,000 naira and give to you. And because he would use all the blissful words, all beautiful words, he would make sure he entice you and capitalize that much on you, and you would be completely soaked in the word, and you become so stupefied and foolish. Then you go and give out this 20 naira. In essence, where do you think this foolish person, this 419 person, would get 998 naira in order to balance some of 1,000 naira for you? You continue to deceive yourself, brethren, in a way you're supposed not to do. That is the reason I am telling you that whatever you're supposed to do is for you to lie low always. In terms of borrowing money, nobody should come to you and deceive you that, oh, I am a bank myself, if you give me money, I will not fail to make the reforms of such money. If he would not be handy with such money at that stipulated time, come the next day, come the next 2, 3, 4 days, where do you expect him to get the money? Brethren, at the same time, you are advised strictly to completely put your minds out of much the inclinations of anything positionally here in the kingdom. Any position you feel are not obtained here in the kingdom. Always temper down your mind. Appear here with complete meekness in the name of Lord Jesus Christ.
I can make a way. Ọjọ́ bí ọ̀nà mọ́ mi mo owo toro re mo di ọmọ ọmọ mi etoro re mo ọjọ́ ọmọ mi ẹ̀rọ rẹ̀ mọ̀ tẹ̀ mọ̀ tí o mọ̀ kò ní tẹ̀ kékeré toro mẹ́tẹ́ mọ̀ fún ẹ̀ mọ̀ mọ̀ ìwọ ẹ̀nà fi kpọ́ ìtì olù kì í kpọ́ ìtì olù ní wọ́n fi tẹ̀kẹ̀ rẹ̀ gbọ́ kpẹ́ńkpọ́ kẹ́ ẹ̀nà rẹ̀ mọ̀ fún mi àmọ́ àrà àyàn kájú yẹn lẹ́kẹ́ ń fẹ́ àmì tì kékeré toro mọ̀ bọ́lọ̀. Kamba with the president, the governor, the bishop, the archbishop, and Canterbury, all this and that and that. And I have young. When I come to I said, you know, can you know, you know, and Yabo, and we let you look at the feet of our feet, Bonkum. Who you she's a brother in the MIT. The copy of my dear you my you now for. In my novel, a woman or everybody mockanyum, Timothy number 1, and don't get everybody mockanyum, Bucky from cover. Emo. And I'm good idea. Uturu, Kuyu, Turufi, and me have enough, and I'm tempted. Kebukum Bolo, Edia Biana. Yara so Turufi. Mi na mpe na wuche kpot na mku na OLUMBA na mku na Ogbu na mku na James na mku na Tariko na senye kuyo mafi kuyo na mku na kuna mku ba wukut kuyo bitendo bitita kana itie moro. For you to give prayer, can you have on Jesus?
Brethren, you should not always seek for the praises of man anymore, because it is stated in the scripture, a woe to those who receive the praises of men. For same were done unto your forefathers, and they were killed by the people of the old. And therefore, brethren, be advised right now that you should not receive the praises of man anymore. Do not seek to be praised, nor do you render praises unto men anytime anymore. You can regard all those people you praise their names as being the Pope, the bishops, the men of high status. Woes go unto them. Even one of our brothers here testified how one day in a certain Orthodox church, he was praised, his hands were lifted up as being the greatest donor, and here and there was shouted and boasted all about as being the greatest donor in a function. As soon as the function was over, brethren, he saw himself as being a nonsensical statue, a non-existing. He was no more to be considered in terms of this material wealth, no more money. He began lamenting. That's the reason, brethren, it is advisable that you should not seek praises of people. You shouldn't be accept to be called a pope, a bishop, or any person of God. Do not want to be recognized as in existence, because here in the kingdom we serve one person. It is only one person alone that we recognize as being in existence, and that is our Father God. In the name of Lord Jesus Christ.
So yeah, I go with the lesson no more.
Let the second lesson be reviewed.
Udiano pengpanya okochomike wen borun. Ngi se do ba fan ko se freke. Enyene sike ye kereke. E ko se sike kpongpo. E de swari dem. E dum sa ayembo nsogidem. E ko le midem ke mfe onkawa amen ke yo woni Jesus.
Our second lesson is drawn from Romans chapter 12 verse 16. Be of the same mind, one towards another. Mind not high things, but condescends to man of low estate. Be not wise in your own conscience, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Mogulu. Tirano iwang dito. Ama ako fyokenwe. Ay afori kangwe. Tu ama ka kanya doctorate degree. Anyong ari ko frodi fo kwa ba man dondo tire mo ka asangare ke kam ya fo oyo ma fo doctor oyo ni doctor de man fo me yeri wuro uyo nke me ya para o yo que se really is a doctor for doctor of Africa ndo la se fo se afani ko mi nyere di ba we no wondu di ni of your pin we ami ka ro ko do elite owo mi fio oh apora dia wa ti ama wan ko tre ama nyo fio be ko je bai won ko mi le na mi na dam mi ele ke degree do bubul mama e doctor te si mami mi ama le te avo din sutao I did the businessman bon my life young boy I give you ado ndi to te mi o nyana ko yum kura certificate wi nyo kura recommendation wi ma to ko recommend them ko recommend wo kuna na mi do from timo din tem ko wi kwa mi ke brother ngelo o dem dong yang pro dong yang di towen dong yang prin di towen dong yang moko yang di sma kolong yang bunyi boy shop.
Brethren, you find that sometime in your life you remain as not being exalted up to higher academic pursuits, and you could not obtain your degree studying in the university to see that you graduate, maybe obtain your PhD as a doctor. But as per God's will, you find yourself just being exalted into a position of a doctor. And the moment you find that coming back home, your village, your community, oh, there is no beautiful woman that you could create your attraction so that you can take that woman for upper hand for marriage. You wouldn't tolerate any woman unless you are saging into a woman of your own profession, a doctor. Any woman that crosses your way, your first statement is, what's your qualification? And the moment the woman tells you she's of a lower caliber, you just discard that woman. That's what it's doing. Even to the women folk, the same thing is happening. And once the woman knows that she is educated, enlightened somehow, she would begin to look for men of the same caliber, the main educational pursuit, the main educational qualification. Unless such a person is fit for her as an educated person, enlightened, maybe a doctor by profession, she wouldn't like to take to such person for a marriage. That's the reason I'm telling you that all these things you are doing are clearly nothing. At the kingdom we are, do not condone all these things. We do not desire your craftiness. We do not desire your academic qualification. Your pile of certificates are not needed here. And then you should not care to bring any of them here. What you do right from now is for you to get yourself acquainted with the people of the lower caliber. Try to condescend yourself low. Get joined with the people. All your complaints, all your company should be the people of the lower caliber, the needy, the poor, the rejected ones, trying to get yourself acquainted with them. Because apart from that, all those craftiness and the tricks of this world are not required here in the kingdom.
Yemma me nyere kwa kanfi yemma me yere kanfi aka no fani ma afukai to fa eli so ungoli do ino fi asama kwani so your code according to size well ku ya ofo we kanfi aba kanfi yes ni pira me na fo yes kurung nung yero njong ka boni fio sana moya ntiu sana moya moyo la ti di manyana ko sana duk yo wo me bien disma duk yo wo me you know what so all them be mo bon isu en dismo yo koi kó sinẹ́sì fòkí pọ̀ ń pọ̀ yíò nílí chairman Io mi secretary. Io mi inter come gli tendo oggi, non è vero. Che tu critichi che non è,
But then you should not choose any position for yourself henceforth. You should not try to catapult yourself to the high.